dark and live. Um, Guys, in light of tonight's video, and I guess this video it went out a little earlier for members, and there was a TikTok short I think that went out
Mm.
about it. But just like the description says, this needs to be exposed. The video where we did the recovery for the folks that were staying and got trapped in the cabin. We've been getting a lot of emails out there, guys. So we wanted to try and clear up, and hopefully this audio works. I didn't even test any of this audio, so
Can you guys hear us? Can you hear us? I see comments. It works.
it
Awesome.
works.
Awesome.
Okay,
Okay.
that's the important part. That's what we
Yes.
wanted to make sure.
Thank y'all for being here.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys taking your time out to
Mhm.
come and try to get this update out there. But like I
Yes.
said, the needs to be exposed video has gotten a tremendous amount of traction,
Mhm.
and we wanted to get that information out there. So apparently, there's been a lot of folks leaving 1-star reviews for what they think is the problem cabin in this video, and that is not correct. The information. So if you guys watch the video, at the end of the video, the fellow that rented the cabin had misspoken about the address. For some, I have no idea
No idea.
how the information that he got on his phone was incorrect, but it was incorrect. So the address. Um,
He said the cabin was Holly Ridge Hideaway, and it was not Holly Ridge Hideaway. That cabin is nowhere near where we were. That was not the cabin he was staying. I don't know why. I don't know why that he said that cabin.
it's getting hot here.
Also, it was not Cabins USA. I think maybe at some point Cabins USA was mentioned. It was not Cabins USA.
So guys, I panned to the sign
Mm-hmm.
while I was there. The sign that is physically on the property.
Yes.
That is the correct
That's the correct cabin.
cabin. So anything that I said in there about what I thought it was, or I don't even know. I don't even know
Yeah.
what it was, but it is not East Holly Ridge.
It's not Holly Ridge Hideaway. No, and it is not Cabins USA. So please don't go and leave negative reviews on these things. But if you have left one, please go and remove those.
Yeah, please go because
Because
I've
it's not fair to people who do the right thing.
yeah, the owner of this cabin where all of these reviews are being left, it's severely
Mhm.
suffering for that.
Right.
They didn't do anything wrong.
No.
Like they're downtown at like stoplight 6,
Yeah.
and they have a totally different business down there.
Completely different. Yeah.
And for those of you that have went and left those reviews, please go and remove any of
Right.
those reviews
Yeah.
from that, because they did not deserve any of this stuff. Like I
No.
said, if you guys watch the video, while I'm there on scene with the officer and the renter.
Mhm.
Now, keep in mind his wife was at the ER, I think, when all of this takes place. But I panned over to the sign,
Mhm.
and the camera physically sees the sign that is associated with this property. And for whatever reason, at the end of the video, when I went back several days later, like I said, I have no idea how he got that information for that address on his phone. I don't know if it's something that he had thought that he had booked,
Or
but
maybe
didn't.
something else he was looking at.
Maybe a different thing that he
I
was
don't
looking
know.
at, but it is not. I promise.
No.
Stoplight 6 is like downtown Gatlinburg.
Mhm.
We were nowhere near downtown
No,
Gatlinburg.
we were at Ski Mountain.
Ski Mountain all the way at the top, and you guys seen the conditions of that
Yes.
road. So please, please, please go and remove any of those.
And then don't leave reviews for the other cabin either. I know it's upsetting, but this gentleman was the one who had that experience, so he's the one who can leave a review. Not people who didn't experience that.
Yeah, we like to bring you guys these videos, just for what happens in our area, things to do, things to not do. We like to share our experience of what we had to do for the tow or the rescue or any of that stuff. In no way, shape, or form am I asking you guys to go and leave these poor reviews for for any of these cabin
Right.
companies. So please don't do that. That's um, you know, it's just pass the information on to what you guys know. When you guys come into town, you know the areas and
Right.
the problem areas and things to do and not to do, and the winter storms and the different seasons that you might come in
hmm
vacation. That we just like to bring you guys that information. We're not asking you to act on.
Right, right. And also to add to that, there are so many other, like Gatlinburg does a fantastic job. Their street department does an amazing job of clearing those roads and getting everything just clean and it's amazing. So it's not everything. It's just a few little odds and end things that just get
Yeah,
overlooked.
so as horrible as this video is,
Mhm.
you know, and his his wife got injured
Mhm.
and totally ruined their vacation. As bad as this whole video is in one big package,
Mhm.
it's like Kristen said, it is not. Does not in any way, shape, or form reflect anything about the Gatlinburg area. This is a very small scale of things that
Mhm.
might happen. And keep in mind, guys, these snow events that we get most of the time last a week, maybe tops.
Maybe, and probably not even that. It was just
So we've got a whole year
yes.
of fun, and we've got just a few short days of.
Right, and it was magnified this time because the temperatures dipped down below freezing and they stayed below freezing after we had the snowstorm, so stuff didn't get to melt off like it usually does.
Yeah, it's in no way, shape a very bad thing up for. I mean, it was a bad thing for them and their experience, but it doesn't
Right.
happen. Most of the companies do a very good job, and like I said, Gatlinburg, the street department,
They
those
do an
guys.
amazing job.
Like I've been on recoveries,
Mhm.
and they'll dispatch the street department to come up to assist me with the
Mhm.
situation or to make sure that our company is safe exiting some of these mountain roads. And they do a very good job. But you
Yes.
will find those roads, and it's like Christian was saying, anything that ends in way
Mhm.
is a private road. And so those are the experiences that we get. Now I will say we get quite a few that driveways. Not
Right.
always are these contractors getting those driveways maintained, and this goes for our storm events, our rain events, our
Mhm.
fall for the
Yeah, the
leaves,
leaves. Mhm.
and our snow and ice. Not all of those driveways get to, 100%. So
Right.
if you watch our channel, this is what we do. We
Mhm.
we we get dispatched out to these calls, and that's our job. We try to remedy these situations, and a lot of these driveways are
They
crazy
feel like
steep.
that anyway. Feel like
So
roller coaster.
even in the driest conditions, these
Mhm.
things happen. And so this just happened to be a winter storm. And I'm not trying to sugarcoat this in any way.
No.
That road should have been maintained.
100%.
The the rental should have been blocked off for that stay.
Mhm.
They never should have let people in there. I received a message, just I think it was yesterday, saying that they were actually scheduled to go into that cabin,
Yes.
and as of like
It was 2 days after we rescued him.
it was still bad. They still couldn't get it,
Yes.
so they didn't re-rent it to those people, whoever
Mhm.
reached out to me, and
Yeah.
I'm not going to say any names or anything like that, but they said that they tried to book it, and 2 days after we rescued him, it was still a problem.
Yes.
So at least they knew that it was a problem, and they
Mhm.
didn't re-rent to him.
Right.
And that's that information that we want to get out there to you guys.
Mhm.
You guys that watch the channel, you like to see the scenery and crazy situations that we get ourselves in. So maybe that information can go out there for you guys. And 20-year-old me would have been like, let's do it. This sounds awesome. And and I've got a lot of folks that watch the channel, YouTube family out there that might see the channel and say, I want to go rent that cabin. So
Yes.
you got to look at
Right.
it that way, guys. This is going to be a cool experience. I'm going to take all of my gear, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be secluded. I'm going to have a good time. But
Well, we saw.
for my
Oh, go ahead.
for my older people out there that watch the channel for this reason also might say, heck with that 20-year-old guy. Let him go down there and and do his thing. I don't want any part of that. I'm gonna take advantage, and I'm gonna stay downtown and be safe. So we've got we've got a lot of stuff that we try to put out there for the channel, for information, and just keep in mind, guys, it's not only uh, for one purpose. It could have multiple purposes.
Hmm.
You might love to stay in there. You might hate to stay in there. And
Right.
to do. I'm not telling you it's for or not
Right.
for
No
you. So
opinion whatsoever. Yeah. But I mean, we did come across a family the other day that had sleds and they were sledding down
they
their
loved it.
iced up driveway.
They
You
loved
know,
it.
they were having a great time.
Yeah, they were ski mountain, and
Yes, it was awesome. They were having a great
the
time.
kids were smiling from ear to ear,
Yes, and
giggling, and having the time of their life.
it was wonderful. You know,
So
so,
keep that in mind, guys. It's, if you're thinking that it might not be for you,
that's
during
fine.
then that's completely fine. Just know that we try and share the information in a broad way of you can make your
Yes.
own decision on whether this property is for you or whether it's not for you. I'm simply sharing the experience that our company had on trying to help out our customers.
That one customer, what this video was about. But you know, some people might think it's exciting and romantic to be stuck in a cabin on the mountain for a week in the snow. I mean, that sounds amazing to me.
Yeah.
So, you know, but
But yeah, just
if you plan to not go anywhere.
keep that in mind, guys. But the main focus of my live here tonight, before I shut the truck off, we've been running around getting some tows done. We've trying to wind down for the evening, and my phone has absolutely gone crazy, and I received a phone call from the owner of that
Holly Ridge Hideaway.
Holly Ridge Hideaway, that all of these reviews are coming in. So I promised her that I would get on here, and I would let you guys know that those poor reviews are going to the wrong.
Wrong
You're
cabin.
doing the wrong cabin. So
You're hurting people that
don't we? Yeah,
we don't want you to leave reviews for anybody.
it's just never a good
It's
idea.
yeah. But especially not the people who were
Who are
not
who
involved.
are not involved. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's if you must share your experience when you come into town and you do your
Hmm.
vacation, if you must share those, make sure that your experience that you're sharing is going to the appropriate. Now, I say this because we have the same struggles, guys.
Yes.
If I get an emergency phone call out and I get dispatched, and I've went over this on our channel, keep in mind, guys, there can be the exact same address number, street name, everything could be almost the same, but it might be Sevierville instead of Gatlinburg,
Hmm.
or it might be Pigeon Forge instead of Sevierville. Yeah, so our three towns are 15 minutes apart,
Hmm.
and sometimes they'll use the same street name and number for
Yes.
a different city. So when you guys are coming into town, and if you have a great experience,
Hmm.
this applies. If you have a great experience,
Yes.
or if you have a poor experience, make sure that those reviews are being left for the
Right
right
place.
place, because it is
Yes.
very important. And I've personally dealt with this too. We've You've heard me say I've got 17 other tow companies in our area doing the exact same
Hmm.
thing that we do, and I've had reviews left on my business page stating that I can't believe you've done this to me. You left me stranded in the national park. We had a horrible experience. You didn't help me whatsoever. And I had nothing to do with that call. It was a totally different company
Hmm.
that went in, but somehow or another you get mixed up on the Google, and you think that our company did it, and it hurts, guys.
Right.
It's you're going to get poor reviews. You cannot please
Right.
everybody, and we understand that as a
Hmm.
business, but at the same time you can't, those hurt if they're truly not
Right.
something that you've done.
If a bad review is warranted, by all means, leave it. But if it's not true, you know, that really hurts the business. And like a lot of these cabin owners, like this person who that cabin owner who had called us, they're a small business owner.
Yeah,
A cabin rental is a small business, you know, and
yeah,
that hurts their livelihood and that hurts them. So, you know, let's
yeah.
not.
Let's give credit
Yeah.
where credit is due,
Mhm.
and please help us, guys. Reach out, and if it was a friend or family or if it was you,
Mhm.
you just make sure that we make awareness to this video. It is very important to us,
Mhm.
um, as a company that understands where that was coming from when we started getting those phone calls and
Yes.
messages. So we want to make sure that that gets taken care of, and we do not intend on. I'm watching the screen here as we're going by, so I'm sorry. I've got my glasses on, but I have a hard time. But thank you guys
For the super
for
chats.
the super
Yes.
chats
Thank you.
and the donations. I've
Yes.
gotten this particular video has gotten a lot of traction on that end too. I've gotten a lot of thank yous and amazing phone calls from all over that said, you guys are doing a good thing, and we appreciate that, and asking just some in general questions. And I didn't. If you guys watch this video, we did not charge this fellow the
Mhm.
second time we went out there, and we did not charge this fellow the first time I went out there.
No.
The first time I went out there, I spent probably 2.5 hours, probably.
Yeah, I think so.
The second time for the recovery wasn't as bad. But we're just, with your guys' help, trying to help this guy's situation, and we felt very bad. It all started out with a phone call from our police department,
Right.
and they had taken this guy some food. He was stranded
Mhm.
for 3 days with no food, and so it's not we're just doing the right thing, just doing the right thing, and we appreciate you guys just
Right.
helping us get push this information out there and get it
Right.
out there. And if it helps you in some small way, then we're doing what we want to do.
I think so. Yeah.
So
But yes, it was not Holly Ridge Hideaway.
Holly Ridge Hideaway,
They're good.
they're good.
As far as we know. I don't know.
I
But
say
they
that.
were not involved in this video. How's that? They were not involved in
Here I
this.
go again, putting misinformation out there,
They were
guys.
not involved. That was not them at all. They
Yeah.
were not involved. It was Cabins USA were not involved at all.
So when I start getting phone calls for Holly Ridge Hideaway saying that you said that they were good,
I,
I
I
have
don't
never
know.
stayed there either.
Don't have any experience, but they were not involved in this video. So no.
This is where I stay in the truck most of the time. I have I have no life experiences with my house, with my garage, part time with my garage. The new red truck or the little black truck, those are
That's where we live.
that's our house.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a coffee table in here, and maybe a
Coffee pot
small
would be nice.
fridge.
Yeah.
Keep some snacks going on, fries and corn dogs. And hey, I wanted to share another thing with you guys that's funny. We were at Five Guys, and the lady in front of us, she said, there was a lady behind us. We had ordered and we went away, but I heard briefly, modified grilled cheese sandwich. She ordered a grilled cheese sandwich, and he said modified. I'm thinking, doesn't that just make it sound more delicious?
It
I think
makes it sound mysterious.
everything should end with modified, like a modified cheeseburger or I don't know. That's my experience for today.
Exciting lives we lead.
I need a modified grilled cheese T-shirt. It's I don't know, but anyway, guys, I wanted to leave that with you, and hopefully everybody's doing good, and hopefully this winter storm is winding down. I see some high 60s in our
Nice.
future, and here the next few days. So we're really excited about that. Big shout out to everybody out there that helped us get through this winter storm.
Mhm.
This lady right here is amazing. We got together and made this happen. She did some driving and some winching, and our son Coven. We're excited for 2025 on getting
Mhm.
this stuff together,
Yes.
and just getting better as a business,
Mhm.
and as a family. So
Yeah.
we're gonna push forward for that. And like I said, shout out to the police department
Yes.
and the salt trucks and
EMS.
EMS.
Yes.
Those guys that we assisted those
Mhm.
guys with the in question video that we're doing the update on. Those guys come out like us sled team, and you know, we hooked the winch to get them up the biggest part of the hill, but
Yes.
they made it
Awesome.
happen. They made it
Yes.
happen.
Awesome.
We yeah, we've got a lot
Hmm.
of good
Yes.
support team. Everybody
Hmm.
comes together and just does the job. And but anyway, guys, like I said, we wanted to get that information out there to you. Make sure that you remove those comments, or those
Reviews.
reviews, and you know, we've gotten a lot of crazy things there. So
Someone donated, Peta donated $50 to help cover the hours we spent with that couple. Thanks for being compassionate. So
see,
nice.
and you
Thank you so
guys,
much. Thank you. You
you
guys
this
are
is,
awesome. I
yeah.
see a lot of donations on there, and thank you guys. I can't read the screen from that far away. I'm so sorry, but thank you so
Yeah,
much. We really appreciate you.
it's been an amazing thing, guys. The channel, everybody comes together, just like I
Hmm.
said on all of our other stuff. Everybody coming together allows us to do these things, and it's just doing the right thing. Like I
Hmm.
said, even if that means we spend all day trying to
Right.
get them the help that they need. We try not to add insult to injury on that stuff. I mean,
Right.
I couldn't imagine
Mm-mm.
billing someone that was in a situation like that.
No.
But we get a lot of, if you're, like I always say, if you're seeing the tow truck guy, you're probably not having a good day. So
Right.
well, we're a lot like the officers. You're, you know, it's usually not a good thing, but
Yeah.
we do get a lot of good things,
We do.
and
Yeah.
most of our good things here come about from you guys, our
Yes.
YouTube family. You guys are amazing. By helping us, we can get that out there.
And
Um,
just watching the videos or commenting, or that helps so much. Just liking it, whatever. It's amazing. We appreciate everything.
we do for sure.
Hmm.
The phone call, we just received a phone call as we just we're about to do this live, and Kristen answered the phone, and the fellow said, you know, we'd like to see more videos of you helping people,
Yeah.
but he understood why a lot of them do not get aired. You know,
Hmm.
it's kind of like the same thing that we've got going on here. We don't want to invade someone's privacy.
Yeah.
You know, if you're having a bad day, or we there's a lot of these situations where people need help that we cannot video and air that
Right.
stuff. So just know that you guys help us in a
Hmm.
way bigger way than what you could imagine as you're sitting here watching us right
Yeah.
now. It's way bigger than you. We're able to help so many people that we're not airing.
Yes.
The same with our kiddos, guys. I
Oh
mean,
my gosh, the whole back seat is
I
just full of. You guys are so good to us. It's just full
I
of
got
goodies,
I got
all kinds of stuff.
boxes and bears
Hmm. And we've got like socks and hats and warm
and
stuff,
trucks and
candy.
and I don't know what
Oh,
that
look at
is,
the little feller.
but I mean, my back seat is completely covered. So not all of those videos make it out there, guys.
Right.
I'm
Especially when it comes to
I
kids.
can't be the creepy
Ooh, the creepy
tow truck
bearded
guy
guy.
that jumps out and chases your kids down with candy and toys. As much as I want to, and as much as I do, I promise this happens, but I cannot air that stuff. You know, I can't put someone's kids on TV, and
Yeah.
it's just not what, but it happens.
Hmm.
And you guys send in this stuff, and we get it out there to those kids, and we get to see those smiling faces, and I
Yes.
feel so selfish that we get to have the smiling faces and the experience, and sometimes you guys don't.
Right.
But for the ones that we do get approval on, and the ones that are okay, those are the ones that you get to see.
Yes.
And we're with your guys' help, we're going to keep doing that,
Hmm.
and it's going to be a good thing. I don't know. Looks like we've got a fair amount of people in here.
Yes. So we like to spread positivity, not negativity. So that's kind of what
Yeah,
the whole point of this
that's what this update
is.
is,
Yeah.
and I feel bad because uh, you know, it's the same as if I lose my temper with someone on an illegal park. When that video airs, and I get the comments or the emails or the private messages, or if I happen to scroll through and watch the video after the fact, I feel bad for acting the way that I do, and So we don't want to put the negative things out there.
Right.
I like it when the channel's upbeat, and
Mhm.
if you guys knew me, really knew me,
We're not negative
I'm
people.
not. Yeah, I like to be as goofy as possible and silly, and I wish I could hang out with each and every one of you guys, and we could have a good time. But anybody that truly knows me knows that I don't like to be serious, and so these videos that come out, it kind of hits me hard. It hits me hard. I don't like to bring the negative stuff out there. So you guys, don't take it as a negative. Take it as I'm just trying to share, my experience of things that might help you guys. I'm not
Mhm.
trying to ask you to blast these people or this company, or I'm not asking you to leave these horrible reviews. I'm simply getting the information out there for you guys, so the things that might be good for your family, the things that might be bad for your family.
Mhm.
And I want you guys to make that decision. I don't want you guys to prematurely leave a poor review without giving it your experience,
Right.
because, like I said, your family might go to this cabin and have the absolute time of their life sledding down this hill,
Right.
and the kids might just love the experience of a secluded cabin. But
Mhm.
just know that when you rent these cabins, know that the places that they are, know what's secluded, and know what is downtown,
Mhm.
and just make your decisions accordingly.
Right.
Don't do that. And like I said, let us know what you guys want to see too. We try to do this stuff. I get folks from all over the world that come and say, I watch your channel because I love to see the scenery.
Mhm.
So, pushing forward 2025, we're going to try to get more of uh, more of the scenery out there,
Yeah.
more of the restaurants, more of our opinion of places that we might visit, fun things that we might do.
Our experiences and stuff. And we've had people say, "Oh my gosh, I saw your videos and I would never ever ever stay up in that mountain." And then we've had people the next day say, "I saw your videos and oh my gosh, I had to rent that cabin that was up at the very tip top of that mountain. That
Yeah,
just looked awesome."
it's,
So
we
something for
do.
everybody. We
There
try
is,
to,
yeah,
yes.
absolutely something
Yeah.
for everybody. This video is not aired yet, but we got the chance to see
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was the
the
Ego
Eggo cabin.
house.
Now,
Yes.
now keep in mind the driveway that was next to the Eggo. We were up there to winch him out. He had gotten stuck in a silly transit, my favorite Ford Transit van, the van that makes me all my money. We were up there to do a job, but at the same time, we were like, I always wondered where this place
Where
was.
this and look, the road up there is questionable,
It
but
is.
it's a city road and they plow it, and you should be able to get to that cabin if you want to go
Yeah,
to that cabin and stay there.
yeah. But for
You know,
for somebody that's across the earth here that might say, man, I want to go stay at the Eggo House in Gatlinburg. Well, at least I can share that experience with you, where I know I've never been there, never
never
stayed
been
there,
inside of it.
never been inside of it, but I did get the video. We did a walk around of the property. We know where it's at now, and we were
Hmm.
able to share that with you guys, and
Right.
you guys can make your informative decision on
Yes.
whether the Eggo House is good for you or
Or
bad
not.
for you.
Yes.
The same with this property here.
Mm.
And I'm going to be honest with you. It was a very terrifying time. I had the lady that was in severe pain. I had a guy that was locked out of his cabin that he couldn't leave. It was crazy cold out. I had ice cleats on. The officer was down there with me. I could not, to this day, I could not tell you what the name of that business is. I don't. It's on the video. So when you guys watch the video, like I said, I had GoPro, I had the chest cam on, and I panned to the sign. So that is the sign associated with that place. The Holly Ridge.
Holly Ridge Hideaway is not it. That's what the gentleman said at the end. I don't know why. He must have been confused.
Don't know why it was on his phone. So if you guys that are just tuning in, I have no idea how that's on his phone.
Right.
Maybe he looked at it and wanted to stay there because it was downtown and it was going to get him away from the problem area.
Maybe.
Or maybe he was, who knows?
Who knows?
But please go and remove those
Hmm.
reviews.
And
And
then the other cabin company that you may have mistakenly said, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what I said when I panned to the sign. I really don't. Um, but this is the faster way for me to get this information out there
Hmm.
to you guys. I could go and try to look at that video myself and see what that is on the sign and try to inform you guys. But just know, if you watch that video, the sign in the yard is associated with the cabin that they were staying at, and the notes on the guy's phone at the end of the video was not
Right.
where he was
Not
staying.
right.
So I just wanted to get that information out there to you guys, and
And that's not an invitation to go leave bad reviews for the cabin listed on the sign either.
Yeah.
Please don't.
please don't, just don't do it.
Yeah.
Go have a modified grilled cheese sandwich, and
Drink some hot chocolate.
it's still early. I could go for modified grilled cheese, modified anything. It's modify it all. But we're here, guys, and I don't know. Maybe I should look.
Let me ask. We've got our editors monitoring comments, and they're supposed to let me know. So, Kendra, Elijah, is there anything that needs attention before we sign off?
Modified grilled cheese sandwich.
Modified how? What is a
It
what?
needs attention.
Anything else? You look creepy in that camera.
Boo. I'm trying to read, and I've got my glasses on, and I'm still having a hard time.
Ungrill it.
It would be an unmodified.
Okay. I do not know. We do not know how the lady got back to the cabin. I have no idea, but I do know that our local EMS will do transports from non-emergency transports if they're not busy from the hospital back to home or wherever it is that they're.
Yeah, we hear that a lot.
But I don't know for sure if that's what happened.
I mean, it had to have been.
Maybe unless she got
ordered
an Uber
or a cab,
and then like walked down.
She wasn't. She
no,
wasn't walking anywhere.
No, she wasn't walking. So I'm assuming that's probably what happened. The EMS probably took her back. If we see those guys, we can ask, but they probably can't tell us.
Yeah, that's just personal information.
Right.
That I mean, the only thing that I know is she was safe and she was in good spirits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they were trying their best to get back.
They were ready to go home.
Yeah, they'd been trapped there for a very long time, and I still didn't know that day that I was going to be able to rescue them. But
right.
We ended up getting close and were able to rescue them.
Yeah.
She had
a solid cast on. Yes. Yeah. Yes. So I don't know what her injury was.
But it was bad. I felt so bad for her, and it could have been remedied by that company bringing
some salt out or a shovel or
Amazon sells these amazing shoe cleats, and they could have sent someone down with a bag of salt and shoe cleats from Amazon and really melted that up. But
like the Pensacola Street Department.
The Pensacola Street Department. I know you guys watch TikTok. I watch TikTok when I get a chance. While I'm driving down the road, I watch TikTok, and I don't have my seatbelt on, and but we
check engine lights on.
the Pensacola Street Department. There was a video out there where there was guys sitting on the tailgate, and they were
like a flower girl at the wedding with the salt.
And that's all it takes.
It was adorable. I loved it.
I mean, it's not hard. It really isn't. They could have very well sent somebody. I mean, it was cold and it was miserable, and myself or the officer or the renter, nobody wanted to stand outside and go through what they went through. I'm not saying that this was acceptable in any way, shape, or form. No. Because it wasn't. It was a bad experience, and they could have sent somebody down there with shoe cleats or not. It was a very
skis.
You could have went down there and spread some salt, and this could have been avoided as far as her
injury.
Fall. Yeah. So we were just trying to get her the help that she needed, and it was terrifying because, like I said, my tow truck was sideways and it was stuck, and EMS had to get down there, and they just weren't being helpful. But like I said, you have to choose accordingly, guys. You can't do these cabins if they're not for you, and that cabin may have very well been for somebody. Like I said, back in my younger years, I would have
a well prepared guest with a week's worth of supplies and know where they needed to go. amazing. That would have been an
And
amazing
yeah,
experience.
so I want to put that out there too, guys. It's not all bad. It really
Mm-mm.
isn't. We had some couples that we had rescued, and they had said, it's fine. We knew the storm was coming. We
Yes.
kept our
Uh-huh.
reservations. Before we went into town, we got a week's worth of groceries. We went to our cabin and we stayed there the whole winter storm, and we had an amazing time.
Yes. Yes.
So keep that in mind too,
Mm-hmm.
guys. And if that helps you in some way, shape, or form as far as reviews go, just keep that in mind. It's not, just because they had a horrible experience
Right.
doesn't mean that you would have a horrible experience if you went
Right.
under the same circumstances.
It's personal preference, like what you're willing to do and what you prefer and
Yeah,
what you're comfortable with and stuff, but there was an emergency and she did need medical help, and so that
yeah,
kind of colored the experience for them,
it did,
understandably.
it did.
So
But there's stays, weekend stays in Aspen,
mhm.
and skiing trips, and
Exactly, yeah.
little quaint cabins that are just out. They're just out in the middle of nowhere,
Right.
and that happens. But if that is your thing and you think you might need help, just ask those questions. Ask, is there going to be ice melt available for, even me
Right.
to use if I rented it
Yeah.
personally? Where is this ice melt located? Can
Hmm.
I, can
Can
I
I access it? Can I
can I
spread it
use
out?
it?
Yes.
Can I use it?
Exactly.
Because
Yes.
ultimately it's not your property. So you want to make sure it's okay to put salt down in
Hmm.
places
Because
that,
that can kill plants and stuff like that,
yeah,
so
and it
yeah.
and it's messy and nasty, and
Hmm.
so it's just questions that you need to be prepared for these winter storms. Don't just make your reservations and then there's a winter storm and think that I'm just going to go for it and everything is going to work,
Yeah.
because it didn't work for those
Right.
folks. Um,
Anything else we needed to address
is
before
there
we go away?
anybody locally? I just finished watching, discussing the update. The comments roll in pretty quick.
Yeah.
Um, and it's thank you guys for the for
Yes.
the for the super chats. I really appreciate that. That's amazing. You guys are reaching out and helping us on that. Um, I don't know. I don't know if there's any.
Anything else, Elijah?
If there's any. Like I said, we've got Kendra. Okay, so while I'm on that subject too, guys, give Kendra some props, guys.
Yeah.
You're staring at ugly old me here in the truck, and we just got home, and you get to see just how much Kendra spruces up a video. So use this video for reference on how much Kendra brings you guys your your spruced up videos.
This is raw, unfiltered, unedited.
So listen, guys, tell her down below in those comments that she is amazing, and
She makes us look good.
she does. So it's she makes it movie star quality, and
Exciting and funny and
so
yeah.
some of the more suspenseful stuff that was in this video that I'm talking about, the suspenseful music and the crazy thing, and it really gets emotions going, and
Yeah. Yeah. She's so creative. She's wonderful.
she is. But yeah, big shout out to Kendra. We
Yes.
love you, sweetie.
Awesome.
And Elijah's helping now,
Yes.
and they're in the background. They're behind the scenes right now, and they're trying to get these
Hmm.
comments over and get you guys answered. And that will continue even after I hit the off button. They're gonna see if they can get those questions
Yes.
answered. So make sure if you have a question about the video in reference here, put those questions down below, and they will make sure that they get those answered for you. And I guess just to recap just a little bit, we're East Holly.
East Holly, no, Holly Ridge Hideaway was not involved
Not
in
involved.
this video.
Holly
Cabins
Ridge.
USA was not involved in this video.
So use your guys. Go back and look at the video, guys. Like I said, I had a chest cam on, and I scrolled to the sign
If
while we
you
were there.
if you feel like you need to
If you feel
know
like you need
exactly
to
who it
know,
was.
but I tried my best to explain to you guys that, yeah, don't take everything as a bad and a
Hmm.
negative. Try to look at it as a positive. It was a bad experience for these folks, and we tried our best. And as a whole, as
Hmm.
EMS, as police department, as tow truck company, and the hospital that helped her. Everybody come together as a whole and
Mhm.
tried to make their experience a more manageable experience.
Yeah.
And just know that that was their situation, and it might not be your situation at all.
Mhm.
You might have the absolute time of your life,
Yes.
but it would have to involve a modified grilled cheese sandwich.
Get that before you go.
Yeah, before you go up there and rent your cabin,
Yeah.
modified grilled cheese sandwich. And now I'm going to have one, so I may have to go live tomorrow for lunchtime at Five Guys to see if I can experience what a modified grilled cheese sandwich is. It's probably going to bug me. I'm probably not going to be able to sleep tonight because I really probably need to know what that is.
Gonna have dreams about grilled cheese.
Yeah, I mean, Velveeta cheese, multiple slices. I don't know what's involved in a modified grilled cheese
I don't
sandwich.
know. You're gonna call Five Guys and ask them?
I will. I will get to the bottom of this. If you guys count on me for investigations on the food world, I promise you I will investigate and I will get to the bottom of what that is.
Questions will be answered.
I may have to take Alora with me though. I don't know. She likes cheese.
I'm pretty sure she likes grilled
She
cheese.
likes grilled cheese.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. Yes, I agree. Those rental companies need to know, yes, of the hazards. They do, guys. We've got some of those questions out there. They do. They need to know the hazards, and they need to be able to remedy those situations.
Right.
Because if they're not vetting who they're renting to, then they might not. It's different. Like I said, if you're 60 years old and you're going for a relaxing vacation, your vacation is going to be totally different than a 21-year-old that is
Mhm.
going to that same place. So,
Right.
but they need to have that information out there. If we're going to
Mhm.
have these winter storms, they need to be prepared to help if they need to.
Yes.
I guess that's the best way I could put it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. They need to be available and do
Because
their
the 21-year-old may never call guest services for need of service, and they might be fine with that. But the 70-year-old might call and say, "Hey, can you please bring me a bag of salt up here for this?" And so they need to be prepared to do
Mhm.
that.
Yes.
Or we had this stuff. You pulled into your driveway, everything looked good, temperatures dropped at night.
Mhm.
You go to leave to have breakfast, and you can't get out of your driveway because the rain has turned everything to ice, and you can't get back up out of your driveway. So they need to be prepared for that stuff. They, during our winter months, they need to have a stockpile of salt there in their
Mhm.
on their property someplace for, even if they can't get out, that their guest can get to
Yes.
and
Yeah.
use. It's just a lot of that stuff that we've ran into for our winter emergency season here.
Mhm.
We're and it's bad, guys. We try to prepare ourselves as much as we can. I've got propane tank, flamethrower. I've got cleated chocks. I've got mini propane things
Mhm.
to thaw out winches that have given us problems. We've got Amazon shoe cleats. We've got extra clothes. We've got
Yes.
just extra rags that you can wipe gunk off of.
Extra gloves because they get wet and yeah, everything. But we're still never 100% prepared, and it's hard
Yeah,
to be 100%
it
prepared.
really is.
But the best thing you could do is just try
Yeah.
to think ahead a little bit.
So if you're coming down, and make sure you've got that stuff, extra battery packs, and
Mhm.
so you can jumpstart. So I get a tremendous amount of phone calls, guys, for jump starts during the cold season.
Mhm.
Make sure you've got yourself up, an Amazon jump pack of some sort.
Mhm.
Keep that with you so you can self rescue if you are up in some of these crazier mountain roads that
Yes.
you might be stuck. Just keep an emergency pack with you. And
I'll step outside and take this phone call.
Kristen's got phone calls, so I made it home to do this live, and I'm sitting here about to go in the house, but oops, lost you. And the phone's ringing now, so we may have to get out of here and go back to work when I thought I was not going to. What do we got here? Yeah, the property should make sure that the salt is down for the sidewalks, and they need to take care of that for sure. Polar vortex in the UK. Yeah, I'm not. I'm hopefully this is over. It gets very cold, very cold, and it is challenging. It is challenging in the mountain areas. Not a lot of those roads will get attention just because they're private roads. Like I said, if anything ends in way, it's going to be a private road, not going to be a city street. And some of those back roads will stay covered. I've still got ice at the lot in front of some of the cars that the sun has not gotten down to take care of. So keep that in mind too, guys. So you might think, the winter storm has been over now for a week, and I'm coming in for vacation, and I'm probably going to be okay. It's not going to be a big deal. Well, keep in mind, as of last night, I was still getting calls for folks that were stuck on back roads and in driveways and things like that. So
I need to
it's
do winch out.
got to do a winch out.
Yeah.
See, are they stuck on ice?
No, she's in a ditch.
Uh,
She went to make a turn and turned too close.
well, at least the truck's warm, and at least I got you guys your information. And I see lots of hearts out there.
Yes.
We love you guys, YouTube family. You're amazing.
We're sending the hearts back to you.
But I've got to go do a winch out. It sounds like somebody's going to need us before we wind down and do our thing there. But like I said, keep those questions coming. Make sure you get those questions down below. We'll get those answered for you. Make sure you just do accordingly. But yeah, I got to get back to work. So let's go.